There's been a disaster tragedy that requires all of your immediate attention.
Don't you stand there and judge me like I'm some kind of criminal.
I am here merely to tell you that the day will come.
I don't give a fuck.
You either get used to it or you get lost.
I'm working something out. It's called a metaphor.
Well, what are you working out?
It's secret. That's why it's called metaphor. It's a secret. That's what metaphor means. Secret. Fuck those dumplings.
Broadcasting live from downtown Cleveland.
You're supposed to be dead. Sorry to disappoint.
Could you, roll me one of those, cowboy?
Tell you what, I'd like to bend her over a barrel and show her the 50 states, you know what I'm saying?
On morningshowcentral.com.
You want to leave the condom off? Go for it.
You think you got issues?
Please, enlighten me.
Wait till you get a load of these clowns.
Who the fuck are you?
Come here to get your weekly fix of Sick and Twisted.
Yeah, it's got its tongue up my ass.
No.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Come on in. Oh, and bring your whore. We'll all do some blow.
What the fuck's going on?
On morningshowcentral.com.
Yeah, that was probably the first sign of the apocalypse.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
I hate to say it though, the fantasy gets kind of like shit on a lot.
Yeah, they do.
And a lot of people, a lot of the local bands don't like going there. But you know what? I like it because it sort of feels homely to me.
It's a cool club. That sound system's awesome.
Yo, the fucking sound guy there is
Dale
amazing.
is amazing,
dude.
I mean, one of the best in Cleveland.
Right, and that's something.
One of the best.
Yeah, that's something that I like about that. It's not like some of the other clubs here in town that, you know, you get the guy that first, you know, it's his first day on the job.
He wants to be a sound guy.
And he wants to be a sound guy.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you know, he does it, and, yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Everything is closing in. All this emptiness, it surrounds me. With everything I feel, I just know, oh, it's changing. I just can't sleep without you here.
Yeah, I know. I was off last week. So?
I just want to let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear.
Well, there's a reason why I was not here last week, and part of it's because of my sidekick over here. He couldn't make it because, I don't know, what your muffler or something.
That thing totally separated now.
Did it really?
It's really bad now.
And then he got a ticket because of it.
That's messed up because it's not even my car.
So now he's driving around with no muffler and risking getting another ticket from whatever county he lives in.
Lake County.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded. Memories.
And then today I thought, you know, we weren't going to do a show because I was Voxing Dom. If you don't know what Voxer is this walkie-talkie thing that you can put on your smartphone and you can, you know, short little messages back and forth to each other. And that's what I was doing. I was doing short little messages, you know, the way it was designed. And I go, Dom, we doing a show tonight? I don't know. I like squirrels and I have ADHD. And I'm like... All right, and he was talking about the Dave Ellefson's book or something like that you were reading.
Oh yeah,
or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think he forgot his pills today or something. I don't know.
doesn't matter where I go, 'cause I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I feel.
We took a picture of the moon a little earlier tonight and posted it up on the MSC Facebook page. And I guess there was some sort of eclipse tonight or something.
You know what? That moon doesn't look any closer, does, than yesterday or day before.
Yeah, it does.
How's it closer?
It is. Well, they said something about there's an eclipse tonight or something.
So then you won't be able to see it if it's an eclipse.
Well, no, it started at like what did we say? What was it? 7 o'clock, Mark? That was the peak. Yeah, the peak of it was 6. I think it started at like 5:50. 5:50.
Disappear?
No.
Eclipse is when something cuts in front of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. When the moon covers by the Earth or something like that. Yeah, I understand that. But
like a big pizza pie?
Something like that, yeah.
That's amore.
I'm
You know, if there's any local bands out there in Cleveland right now that want to give us a new intro song for the show, you can email me. Okay, what do we got here?
She's calling in.
Oh, is she?
5 minutes.
Global warming. Warning?
Global warning. They're the
Oh.
ones playing next week. It's Gila Jack with Morality Check.
Oh, okay.
So we get some local band.
All right, that's cool. Yeah. What time is she calling?
In about 5 minutes.
Well, like right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I tell you what, we'll put her on hold for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put her on hold for a minute. Don't go nowhere. We see that you're on the line right now. I'm still trying to start the show here, though. But I was going to say, if there's any kind of local band out there that wants to send us a new intro song for the start of the show, because we've been playing Soil for the past, 3-4 years?
Yeah, the same song.
Yeah, we want something new. So if there's someone out there that has a really cool song, send it to us. shows@morningshowcentral.com or chris@morningshowcentral.com.
my feelings again. They're ringing out inside my head. It's in everything that exists. The walls are slowly closing in. And now I can't pretend. It doesn't matter where I go.
Who am I talking to anyways when we bring the person on the line?
Julia Roberts.
Julia
S. Roberts.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
All right. We'll talk to Julia in a second.
'Cause I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear.
How long have you been around?
I don't think they've been around that long because they got the drummer in their band. He plays in Destructor also.
Really?
So they're a really good band. I've seen them.
I had Destructor on the show a long time ago. We had him call. No, when we were in Lakewood, we had him call in, I think.
Yeah.
I think we had him call in. But they weren't in studio. I think they called in. I think at the time they were doing something. They were getting back together or something, or they're in the studio. I don't remember, but it was a long time ago. But yeah, they were on the show a while back though.
Nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where I go, because I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear I'm surrounded.
All right, you want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742, or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. Dom's in there right now.
That's right.
And we did have Julia on the line, and she hung up. So, yeah, we do. Now I think we have her, I believe. Let's see, hold on. Now I think we have her on the line, so we'll talk to her in a second here. But yeah, if you want to call the show, the number's 888-668-0742, or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Dom's in the chat right now. Later tonight, about 9:30, we have attorney at law Tim Misney on the show.
Tim Misney, bringing the pain.
Right, yeah.
Internet radio.
What is it? I'll make them pay or something?
That's right.
Yeah, so he's going to be on the show a little later tonight, and we're going to talk. Now he's at Boo at the Zoo.
Oh,
with his kid.
Yeah.
He's out there with his kid right now, celebrating Halloween early with his child.
Now, when they have Boo at the zoo, is that they have the animals running around, or are they just people playing hide and seek and shit in the lion's den?
I don't know, dude. I want to go to that. I want to go to Cedar Point. They have that spooky crap going on over there. That's pretty cool. I want to see a zombie fly and hit you in the face when you're on a roller coaster.
I don't want to see that.
Why not? That'd be fun.
That's scary.
Why not?
Because that's scary.
Julia, do you want to see a zombie fly and hit you in the face?
I wouldn't mind it.
That'd be cool, man. Especially at Cedar Point, man. I think that'd be awesome, though. So how you been, Julia?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So tell me a little bit about your band.
Okay. Well, the band's name is Global Warning, and we started in January 2012, but we were complete when we got Brooke Hodges in the band on bass. He's also in Breaker, and we got him in March of 2012. So really, we haven't been together that long.
Okay. And as far as the band goes, how many shows have you guys played out yet?
The number kind of escapes me, but I think it's about 14 or 15 shows so far.
Nice. What's the turnout so far? What's the fans' reaction to the band so far? Do they dig it or what?
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely growing. Every time we play, we always keep everybody's attention, and we get even more people's attention because the more we play, the more people stay. So
Nice.
I think that's a good sign.
Now what do you think about the local music scene here in Cleveland?
I think it's a real tight-knit group, the metal scene especially. I think, there needs to be more clubs that cater to that kind of music. I think hard rock and metal, but overall, I think it's a pretty strong scene.
Right. Yeah, there is a lot of clubs like Peabody's. Their last show is at the end of the month here, and they're moving to the Agora. So that's going to be.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be. I sort of like Peabody's. I like going in there. I miss the big pole in the middle of the stage, and I miss the
stripper pole,
the stinky bathrooms and the graffiti on the walls and stuff like that. I kind of enjoyed it.
Pretty grungy.
Right, yeah, exactly. But now you're going to looks like a palace theater now at the Agora. You got balconies and stuff that you're going to watch the shows from. And I think it's going to be pretty cool though. But you're right. You are right though. There has to be a need here in Cleveland to cater more of these hard rock metal shows that go on here in Cleveland.
Absolutely.
Right. So now, when the band first got together, is there how many are you in the band?
Well, it's a 4-piece, and how we got together is kind of a funny story. A friend of mine, John, I did a demo back in 2009, and it was just 2 songs, and I sang lead, and I gave it to my friend, and he gave it to Bill Peters, who played it on his metal show back in 2011. And Sandy Kruger, my vocalist, happened to hear it on the radio and got in touch with me, and that's kind of how it all started. And then we found Matt. She was friends with Matt Flammable, who was the drummer of Destructor, and I heard you guys talking. He's not in the band anymore right now, so I don't know if he has plans to get back with Destructor, but at this point he's not in the band right now.
That was That was probably about
the drummer.
Yeah, that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago when I spoke to those guys on the show, and at the time they were kind of like up in the air, anyways. And Sandy, I know her personally; she's pretty cool. I like her. And
she's awesome.
She's been on the show a couple times with her kids. Her kids are in a band too. And
Lower 13.
So that's a pretty cool thing. So it's a family oriented, musical family, I guess. So you got a pretty good group of people working with you. But what do you see the outcome for your band in the next 5 years?
Well, I hope that we'll be touring the world by then.
Right.
So that's what we're planning to do. I think every band wants to make it, in theory. But I think, the reality of it kind of sets in on some of the bands, and they're, settled in their jobs, and, they got families. So, the longer you wait, the less likely it becomes. But, we're all ready to do it. We really want to do it.
Right.
So
there's a lot of local bands here in Cleveland that have the same dream that you have, and it's kind of short-lived sometimes. I mean, you get these bands that play for about 5 or 6 years, and then they decide, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. I mean, there's a band. I mean, for example, I mean, I hate to throw these guys under the bus though, but they're good friends of the show and everything, but. And they're a pretty good band, and Necris Obscura. They were together for a little while, and then they broke up now. I mean, they did the birthday bash, and then I think a month or two later, the band broke up, and it was, a short-lived dream. And I know a lot of the guys personally from the band, and they didn't want to see it happen, but what can you do, though? So, but as far as, like, your band and everything, is there any, there's a lot of sometimes animosity in the bands, sometimes, or personal decisions that have to be made in the band and stuff like that. Do you have a well-oiled machine over there?
Well, I mean, so far so good. I mean, we all have, we're all poor.
Right, right. All bands are.
But we're all working class people, and but that's Cleveland for you. And but we all have a dream together, and I think that we all work as a team. And I think that if we could keep that up and keep the momentum going, because we promote the hell out of our shows. Right. Can I say hell?
Yeah, you can.
Hell, right?
Yeah, you can say it.
And we really try to think of different ways to promote, like going on different radio shows. And I don't see a lot of bands doing that, hitting all the radio shows and really, getting out there. And, we want to try playing like outside of Cleveland. And, we're just trying different things, festivals. We were on the Warriors and Metal Fest back in June. And we're really trying to bring attention to that because I think that's a great idea. It just needs more people. It's a European-style open-air festival. And we were lucky enough to get on that, and that gave us some good contacts. You make contacts, and you keep going.
Right, exactly, and that's one thing you have to do with a band. You got to keep everything rolling with them, and keep your contacts close, so that way, if you ever do run into a time that you need a favor from one of these contacts, you can always pull out that card and use it, and that's one thing that's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, with our station here in our show that we do. That's all we do. We support the local music scene here in Cleveland. We try to play as much as the local. Great. Yeah, most of the every piece of music that's played on the station, except for a hand selected few of the mainstream stuff. But 99.9% of the music played on MSC is nothing but unsigned bands. And that's one thing that there's stations out there, they won't even accept that on their station because they feel that they have to be mainstream, which you really don't have to be a mainstream band to get played. And that's why we designed the MSC Radio Network and Uncensored Net Noise to showcase these local and unsigned bands.
Well, that's really important, and you're doing good work there. Yeah. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. So tell me a little bit about the show that's coming up. You're playing with my boys, Morality Check. So what's going on there?
Yeah. Well, we're playing Tequila Jacks next Saturday, October 26th, and it's a Halloween Massacre show.
Okay.
And we're excited. We're playing with Morality Check and Long Time Divided from Pittsburgh, which I heard is a really good band. That's what Dominic was saying. So right. I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Morality Check, they're a really good band, too. And I think you'll like all the guys from the band, too, especially Corey. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. But, yeah, where can they find you guys on the Internet?
Well, Facebook.com/Global Warning 1. We are on Facebook, and the same with Reverb Nation.
Okay.
Just /Global Warning 1, and you'll find us on there. And we got music, videos, all kinds of stuff on there.
All right. One last question before I let you go here. If there was one band in the entire world that you would want to play with, who would it be and why?
Probably me personally. I think it would be Van Halen with David Lee Roth.
Okay. Right.
Just because Eddie Van Halen is one of my biggest heroes. So.
Okay. I was listening to some Van Halen on the way into the studio today. No lie, I got the CD in my car. I'll prove it on break.
You're kidding?
Oh yeah, I got 5150 in my car right now.
I was listening to this band called Stud.
Stud.
On the way, yeah.
Who was that?
Stud. They're a finished hard rock metal band.
Really?
Really good stuff. If you like Judas Priest and you like something hard like that, it's really good.
That's cool.
Then there's another band that's called the Mad Architect. That's with Snowy Shaw on the band.
Oh, my God. I remember him. Yeah, that's cool.
I think they had Eric Ferrantino's in it, who's a guitarist.
Snowy's crazy, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a nutbag, but he's awesome. I love him, though. But, all right. Well, I do appreciate you calling in and, taking the time to let me know about your band. And like I said, go ahead and plug that one more time where you're going to be at this week.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. And it's Saturday, October 26th, Tequila Jacks, Men Are on the Lake, Global Warning, Morality Check, and Long Time Divided.
Okay.
We'd love to see you there.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you for calling, and hopefully we'll get you in studio one day.
Yeah, that would be great. We'd love to do that. So thanks so much.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right,
Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right. There you go. All right. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to get Tim Misny on the phone, and we're going to talk to him for a little bit and find out what's going on with him. Right now, he's at Boo at the Zoo.
Yeah.
He's out there with his kids, having fun, I guess, scaring other people or something. He was in a Knight's outfit or something.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was wearing a Knight's outfit. I saw the picture up on his Facebook page. It was awesome. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Tim Misny on the phone. You listen to Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Don't touch that mouse, or we'll come to your home and pistol whip you. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on morningshowcentral.com.
Hey, this is Dee Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You want a date?
I'm gonna puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on morningshowcentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another farm bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one farm bill request at a time.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate. We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
It's hard.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
There's a lot of clubs here in Cleveland. There used to be a lot of clubs in Cleveland.
Tons of them.
Now there's not. There's very limited clubs to play here in Cleveland. That's why it's very important for these local bands to get out of Cleveland, to go and try to spread their wings a little bit and try to find some way to, move forward with their, with their band or their group or their whatever. So, that being said, if, like I said, I think with Peabody's and the Agora joining forces, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
I'm really excited too.
If you play the tape of our show backwards, you'll discover a secret message. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, we're back. If you want to call the show, the number's 888-668-0742.
Yeah.
Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. I'm in there right now. So is Dom.
That's right.
Why did my voice just crack? I have no idea. Must be
Going
puberty.
through puberty, yeah.
Must be puberty or something. I don't know. We do have our buddy Tim Misney on the phone. We're going to talk to him for a few minutes and find out what's going on. He was at the... I love social media. I don't know about you, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can find out stuff prior to an interview.
Squirrel.
Yeah, that too. But you can find out like stuff that's happening like prior to an interview, before the guest even comes on the show.
Oh yeah.
Like Tim tonight, he was at Boo at the Zoo, I guess, with his one of his
still
children.
there?
I don't know. We're gonna find out here in a second, though. He's on hold right now. We'll get him on in a second. But he was at Boo at the Zoo, and he was dressed up as a knight.
Knight.
Yeah, a knight in shining armor, I guess. So we'll find out what that's all about and everything. And plus, I want to ask him. It's kind of a goofy question. I have to ask him this.
Yeah.
You know how you go to clubs and they have mosh pits?
Yes.
Okay. What if you get hurt in a mosh pit and someone shoves you or something like that and you break a wing or something like that, or an arm or or a leg or something like that, and then it wasn't your fault. And can you really get like can you go after him for
to sue the venue?
Well, not the venue, but the person, or maybe even the venue too.
Randy Blythe. Remember what Randy Blythe went through?
Oh yeah. What was it?
From Lamb of God.
Yeah, he shoved that guy off the stage.
And the guy died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he went to jail,
right.
But he got out of it though.
No, maybe we'll ask Tim about that. Maybe we'll see what his take is on it though. But we do have Tim Misney on the phone right now. What's going on, Tim?
How you guys doing?
I'm doing fine. All right, listen, I have a question for you. Now, you see all these commercials with you on them, and you say, I'll make them pay. Where did that tagline come from? Because I'm interested. I want to know about that.
Well, I wasn't smart enough to come up with it myself. I have a buddy named Eric Manis, who is a Hollywood producer, real sharp guy. And about 10 years ago, I told him I was shooting some new commercials, and he said, how about if I come in town and shoot them for you? I said, you're too busy for that. He goes, no, I want to. So Eric came to town, and the night before we were going to shoot the commercials, we're out to dinner, and I said to Eric, what's the commercial going to be? And he said, I got it, man, I got it. Misny makes them pay. And I said, wow. I said, do you think we could shoot some alternate commercials that are less in your face than that? He said, listen, man, don't tell me how to do what I do. I won't tell you how to practice law. So we shot it. Misny makes them pay. And I tell you, man, it is a tremendous hook because it really sums up what I do. I do make them pay. That's what we do.
Now, you had a case a long time ago that, you basically won almost you won millions of dollars from it. Can you tell me a little bit about this famous case that you did?
Well, I guess in one way, I'm proud and happy to say that I've had many cases in my 32-year career that were in excess of $1 million. But the bad side of that, the downside of that, means that someone was hurt very badly.
Yes.
So, yes, I've had, my first multi-million-dollar case was against RTA. And what it was, in a nutshell, a guy was working on the RTA Rapid Transit train track line, and he was working for RTA. And a rapid transit train came through and hit him and killed him.
Wow.
Well, I sued RTA because I thought that, it just didn't smell right. I mean, something went wrong. So I took 26 depositions of former RTA employees. And if you ever want to find something out about somebody, talk to their former employees. Okay? and this one, for the 26th deposition, the guy said to me, he said, when RTA brings out independent contractors like AT&T to work on the rapid transit train track lines, RTA, put out red warning flags.
Yeah.
But when they put their own employees out on their train tracks, they never bother to. So I'm at the final pretrial, and it's like 3 days before trial, and I told the RTA lawyer, I said, do you have any idea what a jury's going to do with this, how bad they're going to hurt you when they find out that you put red warning flags for everybody else except your own employees? So the RTA lawyer said, Tim, what will it take to make this thing go away? So I had a piece of paper. I tore out the corner end of a piece of paper, and I wrote a number on it, and I folded it in half, and I handed it to him. He came back 10 minutes later. He said, Tim, the case is settled. And I said, oh, man, I should have put a bigger number down. But the point of the story is, since that case, there has not been one accident, one fatality on the rapid transit train track lines because RTA puts up red warning flags now for everybody.
Right.
And it's shameful that it took a wrongful death case for them to do the right thing.
Exactly.
So when I say I make people pay, I do. I truly make them pay. But more importantly, what I do is we change policy. So the RTA case is a perfect example where they will say, hey, we can't have Misny sue us ever again because we can't afford to pay this kind of money out. We have to change our policy and do the right thing.
Exactly.
So,
I totally agree with you. Now, you also hear all those things in the press right now about those bus drivers and those RTA bus drivers, hitting pedestrians with those big old long buses and everything. And
Jesus, yeah.
It's a shame that stuff like that happens. I mean, carelessness and people not watching or paying attention, and you got all these electronic devices on people and stuff, and they're not paying attention anymore. And sometimes it is the person that got struck by the bus's fault, or sometimes it's not. It's the person that was not paying attention. But the point of it is that it's a shame that things happen like this, and you have to go through it. But now you've been all over the media. I mean, you've been on Channel 3. You've been on. I might as well say every single station in Cleveland you've been on. And
I apologize, man. You come home, you want to kick back, have a cold beer, and watch a ball game, and then you got to look at my bald head on a commercial in the middle of a Browns game. I apologize.
No, that's fine. I'm not going there with it, Tim. I'm just saying. You're like, there was one point that you were on like Channel 19 or something, and you were talking to those guys, and then I flipped a channel, and then you're on 5, and I'm like, did he do a press junket or something today? Go like from media place to media place, because it's like Tim was on all these different shows though. Now you also have a reality show that you were doing too. I don't know if you're still doing it though, but how did that go?
Well, it went great. We had over we kept it on my website, so we had over 200,000 plus views, which is a lot. We did it, and it was a lot of fun. The problem with it, and I was very naive to this, is that it's so time-consuming.
Yeah.
Man, I got to tell you, I had no idea how long it took to shoot a simple scene. And, my priority right now is my wife, Stephanie, my beautiful wife, Stephanie, just gave birth to twins 8 weeks ago. And we have a little boy, Max. So, my goal in life is to be the best husband and father I could possibly be. And, man, with my responsibility in representing clients as well, I just don't have time for something like that. But it was a lot of fun. But if we could go back to the point where you're talking about negligence and whatnot, you know what blows my mind, man? I've been doing this 32 years, and what's shocking to me is when companies put profit over safety. It's not just so much the negligence of people, you're driving home, you're talking on the phone, you're not paying attention, and you rear end somebody. That happens all the time.
Right.
That's pure, simple negligence. That's always going to happen. Human error. It's going to happen. Okay?
Right.
But what makes me crazy is when you see large corporations, pharmaceutical companies, that knowingly put people in harm's way, put out a bad drug that they know is a bad drug, but yet they put it out because they're making so much in profit. And they're willing to pay out a lot of money to guys like me as cost of doing business.
Yeah.
I had a series of cases recently. If you heard of that drug, Avandia, it was for diabetic drug.
Yeah.
So people with diabetes took this drug, Avandia, okay, and they got heart attacks and strokes, all right? Well, what happened was, and this is going to blow your mind. This is a true story. It sounds like something out of a movie. I'm not making this up. There was a doctor in Cleveland, head of the cardiology department of the Cleveland Clinic, Dr. Nissen, very distinguished doctor. He did an independent study on this Avandia drug, and he found out that people who took that drug had a 53% increased chance of having a heart attack or stroke. So he goes to GlaxoSmith, and he goes to the board of the CEOs, and he sits down and he says, "Hi, I'm Dr. Nissen. I'm from the Cleveland Clinic. I did the study, and people who take this drug have a 53% increased chance of having a heart attack or stroke. I don't work for insurance companies. I don't work for anybody. Plaintiff lawyers know it. I did this independent study." They say, "Okay, thanks. Have a nice day." Well, they keep the drug on the market for many years, and then a New York Times reporter calls up the CEO from GlaxoSmith, and he says, "I understand that Dr. Nissen came to you, 4 or 5 years ago and told you about the side effects of this drug, and you never put a warning label on the drug." And the CEO said, "What are you talking about? Dr. Nissen never told us about this study." "Oh, really?" So the New York Times reporter then calls Dr. Nissen back and says, "The CEO said you never told him about the study." Dr. Nissen said, "I thought they might do that, so I secretly recorded the conversation." I represented 400 people across the country, across the United States. My case is settled for top dollar within a month.
Wow.
After that came out.
Wow.
But it's that kind of mindset, man, that I go up against every single day of my life. When you're talking about multi-billion-dollar corporate conglomerates who look at profit over safety,
yeah,
it's tough, man. It's brutal.
Yeah, well, you get the little mom and pop places struggling here in the United States trying to stay alive, and you got these big corporate companies that will just come in and eat you alive and stuff like that, and you're afraid to go up against them. And I think it's sort of the mindset of someone wanting to sue a big company or something. They're afraid that they got bigger lawyers than what I can get, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And to me, it's. I think I'm going to say it. It's a bunch of bullshit, because if you have the right amount of evidence and if you have the right person in front of you to represent your case, I'm sure you can win.
Thank you.
Just about anything that you want.
Yeah, I like to say you can't change the facts, and what you're saying is dead on.
Yeah.
A corporation. When I go up against huge corporate interests like the Cleveland Clinic, GlaxoSmith, you name it, they have, the resources beyond belief. But like I like to say to my clients, you can't change the facts.
Right.
And, without guys like me, and I don't mean to blow my own horn here, but I guess I am. Without guys like me, the average guy has no chance at justice. I take great satisfaction in knowing in many of my cases that but for my help, my client would have no chance at justice.
Right.
So, and that's not going to change, man.
That's true. I mean, like I said before, I believe I think it's the client that, when they have a case, I'm just going to use this as an example. I know of somebody that had heart surgery.
Who's somebody?
Well, I'm not going to mention the somebody, because I'm actually thinking about going to Tim and maybe seeing what he can do. But the thing is that she had heart surgery. There was a problem, a complication afterward, where they had to go back in and actually scrape the bone, and they had to put a pump on it.
Did they leave a bus pass in her or something like that?
No, they didn't leave a bus pass or nothing. But there was they had to do a lot of stuff afterwards with a pump and everything else, and the problem was that they shouldn't have had to do that. And there's a lot more to the story. And now, to make the long story short, is that she now suffers daily with a pain in her chest constantly after the surgery. And this has been 3 years later.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, I don't know what your opinion. Let me ask you guys. What is your opinion of your average personal injury lawyer that's advertising on TV? Don't sugarcoat it. What's your average? What's your opinion of an average personal injury lawyer that's out there advertising? You know, you see him on a bus, you see him on a billboard. What do you guys initially think when you see that?
Well, okay, I don't want to mention firms or anything, but I will say there's one.
And a guy in a wheelchair.
No, not that one. There's a one with a comb over.
Which one?
The guy with the comb over.
Well, it's obvious it's not Tim.
No, it's not Tim because Tim doesn't have any hair. But there's one with the comb over, every time I see it, I just bust up laughing. I just can't.
Oh, those guys was picking that shit out in the sky.
Yeah, they're picking like things like they're the Matrix or something. I don't know what it is, but it's weird.
Right. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I got to tell you that I understand that the general impression is that an ambulance chasing no good guy. I get that impression, but really it's guys like that and myself who really do level the playing field. And until somebody is involved in a bad action, like the person you're referring to is a victim of medical negligence,
right?
These cases are so profound because it affects someone for the rest of their life. And it just doesn't affect the person. It really affects the whole family.
Right.
When I represent an individual who's been involved in a bad accident, I'm not just representing them. I'm representing their whole family because it has a ripple effect. If I'm representing a child who is a victim of a birth injury, and let's say they have permanent brain damage, my goodness, it affects the whole. It affects the whole family. It affects the grandparents, the parents, the siblings, and oftentimes for generations.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%. Now, so when there is a case like this, like if someone has something and they want to step forward right now, what is like the time limit do you have to like file a case?
Great question. In most negligent cases, it's a 2-year. What's called a statute of limitations, 2-year period in which you have to bring the claim. However, in medical cases, in medical negligence cases, there's a 1-year statute.
Okay.
And there are ways around it. It may be 1 year from the time that you find out that there was medical negligence. I had a client who she was suffering for years from infections, fevers, sickness, etc. And she came to learn 4 or 5 years after her surgery that the doctor left an instrument in her.
Wow.
And she was having infections.
Violin.
Well, it's 4 years is, way past the statute. However, the statute does not begin to run until a person reasonably knows that they are a victim of medical malpractice or the client, the relationship between the doctor and the client ends. The bottom line is if anyone thinks that they've been wronged, that they are a victim, they got to call me right away.
Right.
They can't wait because I've had many cases over the years where people will wait, 13, 14 months, and they call me and they tell me their mother died as a result of medical malpractice. I said, man, why did you wait 14 months? Well, we had to get the estate together. We had to, clear things up. Well, there's a 1-year statute. But the bottom line is when something goes wrong, when someone even suspects, and the big factor here is oftentimes people are told by healthcare professionals that their problem could not have been avoided. So many times there is there's a huge problem, and a loved one is paralyzed or in a coma or dead, and the doctor says, you know what, it couldn't have been avoided. And that isn't even close to being true. So even when people are told that, the problem they have could not have been avoided, they still need to call me because I still need to look into it, get the medical records, sit down with my experts, and make sense of it.
So that number is 1-800-55-MISNY if you want to give Tim a call, and you can actually get a hold of one of the representatives over there, and maybe they can help you out with something that you guys you have going on right now. So, but that's really cool. That's really cool, though.
I'll tell you this, if I may add to that point. When anyone calls, guess what? They meet with me. Okay, there's only one name on the letterhead, and that's Misny. Many other firms, they have 10 names on the letterhead. You never know who you're going to get. And furthermore, if I do agree to take someone's case, guess what? That person gets my direct dial cell phone number, because many times my clients' needs do not fall conveniently within the confines of 9 to 5.
Right.
So that's important to know.
When a client calls you and they say they have this issue and they want to get it resolved, and they want to get they get action like right away. Generally, how long does a case take? I mean, can it be settled like right away, or can it be something that takes years to get done?
Well, great question. You know what I've found in 32 years of doing this is that the bigger the case, the more complicated it is, the longer it takes.
Right.
Those Avandia cases that I had mentioned to you.
Yeah.
I represented 400 people across the country on those Avandia cases. It took about 5.5 years.
Wow.
Okay, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and the more complicated a case, and I'll tell you why, because the cases that I handle typically are catastrophic injury, wrongful death cases. It gets very, very, very complicated because we have to prove two things. First thing we got to prove is negligence. We've got to prove that someone's responsible.
Exactly.
And sometimes that ain't easy, okay? And secondly, then we have to prove damages. And to prove damages, oftentimes I got to bring in, oh my gosh, all kind of experts, PhD economists to show lost earnings. I got to bring in a life care planner to show how much it's going to cost to maintain a person over a period of time. So, the bigger the case, the more complicated, the longer it takes. But to answer your question, typically you're talking about anywhere between a year and a half, maybe 2 years in most of my cases, somewhere around a year and a half.
Now, if you guys want to call into the show right now, the number is 216-862-4911 if you have a question for Tim. The other question I got for you, Tim, is now you said something about you wanted to, you asked us a question about what do you think of these, different attorneys that are on billboards and stuff like that. Now, my question is, you see it in movies sometimes, or you're sometimes, see it on the internet. Do attorneys in your field sit around with police scanners waiting for their next victim?
Yeah. Well, I don't know of any lawyer that does that, and really, it's based upon reputation.
Right.
I advertised, but I've been doing this for 32 years. So,
right.
Man, that's a long time.
It is a long time.
I'm getting second generation referrals. People call me up and say, "Hey, Mr. Misney, you represented my dad. Yeah, you remember so and so?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. Well, I came to your office when I was 4 years old." And I said, "How old are you now?" "Well, I'm 26. God, time goes by fast.
Right.
So, that may work in a short term. I mean, some guys may try to hustle cases. I don't know, but really, it's really based upon results and treating people right.
It's your reputation on the line, basically. That's what it is. I mean, people see, those commercials like I referred to in the beginning of the interview with you,
right.
When they see, I'll make them pay, and they're really like in your face type of things. And that director, right. He was right about the whole concept of it, and that's what you needed.
Right.
And people remember that type of thing. So that's really cool that, you actually stuck with it and didn't say, no, I don't like that, but you actually stuck with it. And that kind of helped you out a little bit, though.
I say in one of my commercials that if insurance companies treated people with dignity and respect like they would like to be treated if they were involved in an accident, I'd have to do something else for a living.
Right.
But, it's mind-boggling to me, the stories I hear when people call me up really on a daily basis and tell me how badly they're hurt, and the insurance company are playing games with them. They're not agreeing to pay for the damage of their car. They're not agreeing to pay their lost wages. They're not agreeing to pay the medical bills. They're playing games.
Right.
And if insurance companies just call somebody up and say, man, we're so sorry about this. Here, we're going to have a rental car. I'll tell you a perfect example. I had a guy who was a hard-working construction guy, hard-working guy, and he had a Ford 250. Okay, I drive a Ford 150. He has a Ford 250, and he had all his construction stuff in it, and the truck was totaled. So the next day, the insurance claims adjuster, some little gal, sitting in a cubicle with a headset on, staring at a computer screen, called him up and said, "We are going to give you a rental car, and you could pick it up at this rental place." He goes, "Well, what is it?" It's a Chevy Chevette. And he said, "Honey, I'm a construction worker. I have to take my tools around. I need a Ford 250. And she said, "I'm sorry, all we allot is $15 a day, and that will get you a Chevy Chevette. You may pick it up tomorrow at 10 o'clock." And he hung up on her. He called me up and he said, "Hey, man, I didn't want to call you, but, now I'll tell you, the guy got a Ford 250. He got a brand new Ford 250.
Right.
And he got a big chunk of money.
Right.
But he never would have called me, man. If the insurance claims adjuster would have said, "We're sorry this happened. We're going to deliver a Ford 250 to you in the next hour. And guess what? There's going to be a gas credit card, in the visor.
Yeah.
You could use it as much as you want. Go visit your sister in Cincinnati. Take your family to Sandusky this weekend. It's unlimited." He never would have called me.
Right.
And I got to tell you, it happens all the time because corporate greed. And I'll tell you, what is amazing to me is that insurance companies think that in about 20-25% of the cases, when they deny a claim, most people walk away like a sheep.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why insurance companies deny a claim.
If that's the case, then I got hosed on my whole deal. Then I mean, I wasn't in an accident. I wasn't hurt in anything though. But this guy, you're saying your client got a brand new F-250. Well, my van, I had a I think it was a 2008 Astro van. It was in good shape. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I mean, it got me from point A to point B. Yeah. It was parked in front of my house, and some asshole decided to go into reverse and then bash the whole front end of it up. Mm-hmm. And I was upstairs and in my house, and I heard the big thunk, and then I walked outside, and I just I looked at it and turned my head and walked back in the house and sat down and put my hands in my head, and I was like, okay, now I got to call the insurance company, and here we go, right? So I called the insurance company. I had to haggle with them, Tim. I basically had. They wanted to give me $500 for the car.
Sure.
And I go, no.
I don't know if you guys ever were in New York City and walked down Fifth Avenue, and you see these skyscrapers that go so high up in the air that you can't even see the end of the skyscraper because they go up into the clouds.
Right.
They're all owned by insurance companies. How is that? It's a real simple principle. You take in premiums, you invest it in the marketplace, and make record profits. And when it comes time to paying out on a claim, you offer the person your middle finger.
Exactly.
That's how you become a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. It's a real simple business principle, but it disgusts me, it's unethical, and it crushes people who rely on their insurance to do right by them.
Well, like I said, like I was saying before, I had getting back to my point, is that when the car got crushed and they offered me $500, I went to them and I go, no, I'm not going to take that. So they said, well, our next best thing, we can give you $1,000. That was it. Well, we settled for $2,500. I could have gotten more because the value of the car was $5,000. Well, the thing was, and they wouldn't replace the vehicle anyway. So, I had to go out and buy a brand new vehicle because, and I didn't want to be stuck with a car payment. Well, now I am. I'm stuck with a car payment for the next 2 years I'm almost done with it, thank God. But the point is that you have to fight for what what is owed to you, and it's really hard if you try to do it on your own. But if you try to get an attorney to do it or something, then I think it's a little bit harder. But the thing is, though, is that I think with some of the people out there that are hurt, like you take care of the people that are injured or malpractice and stuff like that. I think the problem that I see is that they actually are kind of scared because of one of the corporate entity of it, and the other thing is that they think, well, if I get this big high dollar attorney, it's going to cost me out the nose.
Well, you're right, and that's why a lot of people hesitate to call. But truly, the beauty of what I do, I work on a contingency basis. Okay, I get a third of the settlement, so it never costs my client a penny to have me represent them. And in some cases, I've put in excess of $250,000 of my money into a case to move the case along, to hire experts, to do everything that I need to do, and it costs my client nothing. And if I lose, I have to eat all of those expenses, and it costs my client nothing. So it really is the purest way to work on a contingency basis, because if a lawyer were to pay me on an hourly rate and pay me, over 5 years on one of these big pharmaceutical cases, there's no way that they could possibly do that.
Exactly.
So, the fact that we work on a contingency really makes it possible for many people to get justice, to be able to go into a courtroom.
I have one other question, and I know Don's probably got a couple for you. But the last question I got for you before I give it over to Dom is that what was one of your weirdest cases that you ever tried? Or something that you're like, oh my God, I don't think I can get through this.
I just had that question in the chat room there.
Really?
They just asked that one.
Really? Yeah. All right. So what was one of your weirdest cases, and maybe give me one of your funniest cases that you can go back to?
Sure. Well, probably the most bizarre case, and it's such a sad case. When I tell you this case, you're going to say, Tim, that did not happen. There's no way that happened. Okay. And then I'll tell you a funny case. But the case I'm referring to, a single mom took her child, her 4-year-old son, into a doctor for his exam. And the nurse said, your son needs a shot, and I'm going to administer the shot. And Mom said, I would like to, stay here. And the nurse said, well, okay. And so the nurse put the child belly button to her, And so she was about to administer the shot, and the mother said, my child is having a tough time breathing. Is my child okay? And the nurse said, no, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. And the mother said, no, I think my child is having a tough time. And the nurse said, listen, if you keep this up, we're going to remove you, so just shut up.
Wow.
And the mother said, well, okay. And then the nurse administered the shot, and then the nurse handed a dead baby back to its mother. She suffocated the child in front of its mother.
Oh, my God. No, are you serious?
Yeah. So now, let me tell you about the story. I have never represented a client in 32 years who was after money. What this client was after, what she insisted upon, is that all the nurses get trained in how to administer shots to children, and that she would physically be allowed to be present during the training session. So the insurance company for this doctor threw a lot of money at me. Said, sure, she's a inner city single mom. This is a lot of money for her. And I said, you don't understand. It's not about the money. My lady has to be present during these training sessions. They said, no, we're not going to agree to that. I said, fine, let's go to trial. Well, a week before trial, they caved in. They said, okay, she could be present. And now she physically goes to these training sessions to tell nurses, please get this right, because the nurse who administered a shot to my child. My child did know what she was doing, and she suffocated my child.
Wow.
How old? Is that a revolting? Doesn't that just give you goosebumps? Doesn't that just make, I mean, you just like, my God, how could that happen? I mean, that's, bizarre. It's nightmarish.
It is kind of
crazy.
crazy.
Was such a proud woman that she wanted to change policy. She didn't care about the money. I settled the case for a very large amount of money, but that meant nothing to her because he'll never bring her kid back. But she wanted to know that her child's death did not go for naught. It caused a catalyst so that the medical community in northeastern Ohio would understand that these nurses need training for this, and now they're getting the training.
How old was the
This will
child?
never happen.
4.
The child was 4. 4 years old.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy, dude.
And I have a 4-year-old. Okay? So, when this happened, I came home and I gave Max the biggest hug and kiss, and I just stared at him. I thought, he thought I was goofy, like, Dad, what's wrong with you? I said, oh my God, man, how fragile life is.
Yeah, it is.
And so, it's a reminder to me every day that, man, we got to give thanks for everything we have because life is very fragile. Now, to counter that with maybe a funny story, I was a young lawyer. This is going back, 30 years. Young buck, thought I was a big tough guy, and I'm representing someone that got hit by an RTA bus, and I'm in court and I'm arguing the case, and I'm standing in front of the judge, and I'm saying, oh, RTA did this wrong, they did that, boom, and the RTA lawyer kind of walked over to me, and I'm looking at him. He's walking over to me, and he comes over to me, and he leans in, and he whispers in my ear. He says, "Oh man, your fly is open." so suddenly, I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks," So, but every day, man, it's a roller coaster ride for me. I mean, I represent all kinds of people. I represent really. My wheelhouse is the disenfranchised. I don't represent elite people who live in Shaker Heights or Gates Mills and who have money because their brother is a lawyer, their father's a lawyer, their uncle's a judge,
and they came from money.
I represent the common person, the working man, working woman in our community who does not have a lawyer. Those are the people I represent.
Awesome. Dave, you got some questions for him real quick before we get out of here?
No.
You
already answered asked the crazy questions.
Did I? Okay.
That was the crazy and serious questions that were asked. No. Oh, they did ask one. They want to know, how far would you drive out to meet with a prospective client?
Wow. Well, let's see. I don't know. I've represented clients all over the world. And my clients, they may travel. People go on vacations or whatever. I represented a guy from Cleveland who was in the military, and he was stationed in Germany.
Okay.
And he's driving his motorcycle along, and a drunk driver turned left in front of him and crushed this guy.
Wow.
I mean, it was horrific injury. And I represented him, and it was against Lords of London International Insurance Group. And so, at one point I was advertising across the country for these pharmaceutical tort cases. So I've represented people from virtually every state. And so to answer that question, how far they could be on the space shuttle, and I can still represent them.
That's awesome. Tim, it's been great. We got to get you in studio, Tim. We definitely do. We got to get you in. We got to talk to you. You got to pick your brain a little bit, and you can hang out with us at the station. I know you got a new baby, and congratulations on the twins and everything. But we got to get you in studio one time, and I know
I dig that, man. I dig you guys, and it's always a blast talking about what I do because it causes me to reflect upon what I do. And every time I have a conversation like this, I get pumped up because I really love Cleveland and I really love what I do. And it causes me to think about that. And I want to keep doing it, man. I want to try to make a difference. I settled a case in mediation this past summer, a guy tragically had both his arms chopped off in an industrial accident. And I settled the case for the guy, and I was driving home, and I called my wife, Stephanie, and I told her, I got the case settled, and I was coming home, and I said, baby, I finally realized something after doing this for all these years. And she said, what's that? I said, I will work on a case. I will put my money, my effort into it based upon how much an insurance company pisses me off. And this insurance company so pissed me off when they mocked my guy, okay, and they said, it was his fault, he should have got out of the way, and, blah, blah, blah. And they offered him their middle finger.
Wow.
And I, put a lot into the case, and the case resolved beautifully. But I take all of my clients' problems personally. Their problems become my problems, and I love that fight, man. I relish that. That, you know what? I've been very fortunate. I could walk away from the practice today and never look back, but I would miss the action. And the action for me is when someone calls me up, and this happens on a daily basis, someone who has nowhere else to turn, no other option, and they call me and they tell me about their son, their daughter, their father, their mother, who is just devastated. Their whole world's been turned upside down, and everything good has been shaken out. They have nowhere to go. And I take the case on, and I get them money so that they could live as normal of a life as possible. And hopefully we change policy so that tragedy that befell them hopefully will never happen again.
That's
and
awesome.
Man, that gives me purpose, man. That gets me jacked up.
Well, Tim, I like I said, it's been an honor and a privilege to talk to you over the phone. I mean, we've been trying to get you on the show for a while. I know we talked in person, me and you, before
Yes.
over the phone,
Yes.
and we were talking about getting you on last time. You did something. I think it was at Peabody's or something. And
Right.
me and you were trying to get together to, hash it out, maybe come down there and do something. But
I'm so glad we did. And you know what? I would love to come down with you guys and hang with you. And I think what you guys do is just great. And keep it going. I compliment you. And, you do what you really dig doing. And that's a beautiful thing. And I could tell, man, you're into what you're doing. And it's a beautiful thing. So I thank you. It's been a gas talking to you, and if down the road I could be a guest, I'll be there with bells on.
Awesome. Tim, do us one little last favor here real quick. Say, I'm Tim Misny, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com, and I'll make them pay.
Well, that's a mouthful. How about if I say this? Chris, I had a great time with you, man. Please have me back on. Thank you for everything. And remember, if anybody gives you any shit, I will make them pay.
Awesome. I appreciate it, Tim. Thank you very, very much for coming on the show. And like I said, I'll get in contact with you, and maybe we'll set up a date you can come in live in studio.
Hey, go Browns. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. There you go.
Bye-bye.
There you go. There's Tim Misny.
Nice.
Awesome guy, dude. Awesome guy. All right, listen, we're going to take a break. We were on the phone with him for 45 minutes, dude.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
We didn't talk about Boo at the Zoo, did we?
No, we didn't. I got into that cases, man, especially that one with that 4-year-old, dude. That kind of freaked me out. I didn't want to go there. I had a kind of a question. I was going to ask, well, what size was her boobs? That's, kind of smothered the child, but then I didn't want to go there. I was.
Did they have like one on each side of the kid's face?
I don't know, but it was sad though. It
was like an Austin Powers.
It was a sad story, and people do have to look out for stuff like that.
That's the way to go, though.
I've been telling my wife that for years, but hey, what can you do? You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com.
Uncensored Net Noise. Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Morning Show Central Radio Network.
morningshowcentral.com.
Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh, ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email. Hit the Contact Us page on morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. User friendly and ready to serve. MorningshowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh! Ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email. Contact us page on morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com. There's more to life than mindless entertainment. You'll find out right after our show. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. And almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs. So damn good. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768.
Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
A lot of stuff went down at the birthday bash. Some good, some bad, some freaking awful. But yeah, all in all, it was a good show. I mean, big turnout. Thank you for everybody that showed up at the bash. Furball.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com.
All right, we're back. You want to call the show? The number is 888-668-0742 or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com.
Hey, you know what? I put up a thing earlier today about melon heads.
Yeah?
And I said, are melon heads really made out of melons?
No.
And I got some responses back.
Oh, what'd you get? Let me hear this.
Okay, and I got the first one was, does John Cougar have a melon camp?
That was dumb, but okay.
And let's see. And the guy says, no, man, only the heads.
That was good.
And so he says, I haven't heard someone mention the melon heads since high school.
Do you know what the melon heads are?
Yeah, there was the kids had those great big ass fucking
No.
heads. Yeah, they were melon.
No.
Yeah, they were.
No. It's actually a story that happened here in Ohio. They're called the melon heads. It's a family that killed and slaughtered. Look it up. There's the exact story though, but
they're called Mexicans.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. But yeah, there's a story about the melon heads, and I guess.
Well, I know they made a movie.
Mark, look that up. The melon heads, dude. I know it happened here in Ohio, and print that crap out for me. All right.
I got another comment said they are made out of Mormons.
Made out of Mormons?
Yes. Melon
no.
heads.
Okay. No, I don't think so.
Did you ever see a melon head?
No, I'm thinking of cone heads back
in
the early 80s.
They're people. They got like water in the brain, so their skulls are deformed. They're like
Elephant Boy.
They're almost like cone head kids.
Like Elephant Boy.
No, their face weren't deformed. They had like a regular face, but they had this big fucking head, big fucking alien head. I remember as a kid going roller skating, and there'd be some of these melon heads. They'd go roller skating. We'd just fucking laugh at them. And we would ask them stuff like around Halloween, do you put a costume on your head, because it's another person up there? And they wouldn't pay any attention to us. And our family say, stop picking on the melon heads.
Jesus Christ.
So we'd yell, hey, look, there's a melon head across the street. Hey, you.
Well, maybe they ate a lot of bacon or something.
We're like, he got a lot of head as a kid.
Maybe they ate a lot of bacon, and maybe their sperm count was low.
Yeah, what was that thing about bacon?
Now I'm reading it now. So it says eating bacon can significantly lower your sperm count. I guess it was a medical report that was done.
Did you see my comment I put on that online?
Eat more bacon. That's more.
No, I said if you wrap your penis in bacon, then you could use it as a condom.
You could,
since it's already lowered your sperm count.
Well, here's the thing though: just eat more bacon.
Yes,
and then you don't have to worry about producing any more kids. I guess.
Yeah, because you'll be dead.
Right. Coronary bypass would have to happen or something. They said the effects for the intake of bacon will lower the sperm count in men. It was a study that was done from the medical journal, I guess. And I say bullshit on the whole story because I've been eating bacon since I was a little kid. And how
many kids have you squeezed out?
None. But that's not. But there's other people out there that eat bacon constantly, and they got like 10 kids and shit, or five or six kids.
Yeah.
So I think this whole thing is bullshit. Harvard University did a study on 156 men, and they said that out of the 156 men. Their sperm count was really low.
Now I have to question that. It doesn't matter what college it's at. It could be Harvard. Was it like the fucking art class?
I don't know.
Was it the fucking
could have been OU for all I care.
Janitorial class?
Yeah.
They're just making up doing a study.
They also said that red meat.
Yeah.
And
it's all pink inside.
Right. Can also lower your sperm count.
Yeah, that's because you're fucking meat.
Right. And then white meat and
Where's the white bitches at?
I guess. Where's my Chinese food at? That's where I'm going later today to get some.
Hey, if you want to call in the show, you got some questions about this, call in the show, 888-668-0742.
I don't believe it, though, because the problem is that, they did a study of 156 men.
Yeah.
Out of 156 men, they said that their sperm count was lower after eating tons and tons of... No, dude, their sperm count's low because you fucking clogged up their goddamn digestive system with nothing but pork and nothing else.
Have you ever been part of a study?
No. But here's the thing, though. If you ate like all this bacon and then maybe you mixed it with some fruit or something like that, like you didn't eat bacon constantly throughout the day. Let's say you had a bacon for breakfast or something like that.
So what's that one dessert they have? They call it bukkake or some shit like that.
I don't know, dude.
It's the bacon wrapped around coconut.
Oh, did you see that?
I don't think it's called bukkake, though.
Did you see that news reporter that was on air? I posted the story, but I didn't pull it for tonight. I was going to show the video, but it was too late. I couldn't get it in time. But there was a newscaster. He was. They were talking about food and all this stuff, and they had a bag of food on the table at the news desk, and I guess a piece of it fell and rolled onto the floor, and he reached down and picked it up, but. What he didn't realize is that the prior segment before that, they had a cat.
Yeah, so it's cat food?
No, they had a cat on the show, like Dick Goddard has, showing the pets and stuff. And the cat took a shit on the floor. All right. So the guy is like fumbling down under the desk and shit, looking for the piece of food that fell, and he's not even looking, and he pulls up the cat poop and puts it in his mouth and eats it. Then later on during that segment, he's the weatherman, right? Yeah. So they cut to the weatherman to do the weather, and he goes, that last segment, I just ate cat poop.
That's messed up.
Right. I mean, why would you even admit that on the air? I mean, that's embarrassing, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think I'd say it on air.
You would?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If I reached down, let's say I had something in my hand and I was eating it and then I dropped it and, you got the 5-second rule and I reached down and grabbed it and there was like fucking cow shit there or something and I picked it up.
Cow pie.
Whatever. And I picked it up and I ate it. I don't think I would admit that I just ate cow shit live on the air.
Imagine what his breath smelled like. Cat shit.
I don't know, dude. It was messed up. That was messed up.
Man, your breath stank.
Exactly. I don't know. It's fucked up, though. What the hell is it at? Uncensored Net Noise, you're on the air. What's up?
Not much, man. I didn't call in to talk about consumption of cat poop. But I did call in because I don't buy this whole bacon thing either about lowering your sperm count. There I was this morning reading this article, eating my Banaki flakes. And I was thinking, wait a minute, this is bullshit. You're telling me if I eat this yummy, tasty bacon, my sperm count's going to go down?
No.
I got a kid proving that's wrong.
There you go. Let me ask you this. How much bacon do you consume, let's say, in a week's time? How much bacon do you consume?
Maybe 3 times a week, probably a pack.
A pack? Now, in a month, how much do you consume?
Well, so 3 times 4, 12 packs, maybe 4 packs a month.
Okay, and you have a kid now, and you're perfectly fine, right? And your sperm count is... When's the last time you had your sperm count tested?
I gotta ask him. No, I don't know. And I've never actually had it counted, but
Can we get...
Typically, it's always in the dark. When I come, it's in the dark, so it's kind of hard to tell. I'll look down there. It's kind of hard to tell how many are actually there.
I count mine on the curtain.
Count mine on the curtain. All right, but here's the thing, though. Let me ask you this, buddy. Would you do something for medical science and maybe do your normal thing like you would eat your bacon? Get your sperm count tested prior, don't eat any bacon at all. And then after that month, go to the doctor and get your sperm count tested again and see if it actually lowered it. Would you actually do...
I've never done that, but maybe I should. Maybe somebody should. Well, somebody did because they had to come with this bullshit study I don't actually believe, to be totally honest with you. What government agency decided, hey, let's figure out if bacon lowers sperm count? I mean, who thought of that? Who came up with that?
Well, there was a story that I did last week, or not last week, the week before, because I was off last week. There was a
lazy bastard.
I know, but there was a study not a study, but there was a porta potty.
Yeah.
That they built. It cost like $120,000, and they did the research on it, and it was made in Alaska. It's made for Alaska weather and stuff like that. It has.
Does it float?
No, it has warmable seats and all this other stuff, and they spent like
Does it give you a happy ending?
It should for $120,000. It better.
Gives you a blumpkin.
Something, man. It better have something in there, like to wash your ass after you shit too, or something.
Ooh, that's sexy.
But they spent like $120,000.
Yeah.
They spent $120,000 on an outhouse in Alaska.
You said $120,000.
Yeah,
that's even. You can't call it an outhouse. It's an even house.
Well, whatever. Really? You had to go there? But yeah, I mean, but then this Harvard study comes out, like saying that they studied the effects of eating bacon and will lower your sperm count. I'm wondering what genius came up with the idea, and then how much it costs to do this freaking study in the first place.
Why don't you take you and your wife, go to the sperm bank, have her burp in a cup, and she can give up your donation. And then there you go. You find out where you're at. Then you got a baseline. Go back a couple weeks later, have her burp in a cup again.
Mark, come here a minute. Come here. Our intern Mark's in there. Come here, Mark. Come here.
You'd ask him if he ever burped in a cup.
No, he's a young virile man. I mean, you're 30, right? All right, come over here by Dom's mic. Come over here by Dom's mic real quick. All right, sit down for a minute. Now, let me ask you this, though. Would you do this for science? Would you go to, like, a place that would count your sperm and then, like, do a baseline test, and then, like, a month you would eat, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 packs of bacon or something like that. And then, like, after that month was over, you would go back to the place to get your sperm count again to see if this study's actually legit. Would you do that for us?
I don't know.
We need some volunteer to actually do it.
I'm leaning towards no.
Oh,
be honest.
Jesus, come on, Mark. You got to be a game player here, dude. Come on.
Take one for the team.
Take one for the team. We're married guys. We can't do it. You're young.
I said I had to peel mine off the damn shower curtain.
Right.
Curtain.
Mine comes out in, like, powder, dude, so mine's not going to help.
It falls out of his ass.
Right, that too.
And it's somebody else's.
You're a young guy still. You don't, so that'll work.
Give a chance, man. Do it. I'm 38, man. It's not going to happen for me.
Right. So I'll let you think about it. How's that? I'll give you till next Friday to come up with your answer. All right, and then we'll announce it on the air to see if you'll do it.
Fair enough.
All right, thank you, Mark. But yeah, I think the whole thing is a bunch of crap, and I don't think it actually would affect your sperm counts, bacon, at all.
How about if you get it out of her hair?
I mean,
does you lose count that way too?
I mean, to be really honest with you, if you think about it, what they're really saying is, well, what is bacon? Bacon is basically pork bellies, which is basically fat. So what they're basically saying is, fat reduces your sperm count. That's what they're really saying. So you could eat any high-fat content product, and it'll still reduce your sperm count. That's what they're basically saying.
Get fucking Tim Misney back on the phone. We're suing fucking bacon companies. Making some money on this shit. I can't have kids because of fucking bacon.
Dude, that is a malpractice suit.
That is.
That would be.
Let's do it.
We should.
In. I'll fucking jizz in a cup. I'll fill that bitch up. That fucking bukkake session, they could scrape it off somebody.
I don't know, dude. It to me is mind-boggling. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how much it would cost to do a fucking study like this. They said they had
150,000. Yeah.
Well, no, they said they had 156 men who jizzed in a cup prior, and then they had 156 men jizz in a cup again after they ate the bacon, and they said everybody's sperm count's lower.
Did you ever get a withdrawal from a sperm bank?
No. Why would I do that?
I'm just asking.
I don't know.
See, here's my question. My question is, how do they get them to jizz in the cup? They show them hardcore porn, give them magazines, nurse getting naked in front of them. Hey, baby, check this out. That's what I want to know. How do they get their attention? Because guys just like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to go jack off in a cup. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to get, stimulated and know what you're doing.
Well,
and got to get into it.
Well, Bunny, you got to take one for the team then. You have to find out for us how they get you stimulated to jizz in a cup.
Give you a video of fucking cows or pigs.
Do they play, I don't know, Wilbur on TV or something like that? And
if they're going for bacon.
Wilbur.
Right. Or something. I don't know. Are they fucking 1970 porn magazines they put in the room and it's nothing but bush?
That's the best shit, though. I don't
know, dude. I don't know.
1970s porn is the best shit.
No, it's not, dude.
3 guys, 1 cup?
I don't want to have sex with an afro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. All right, there's a study. Stay on the line, Bunny. Stay on the line real quick because I have another thing here. Since you're on the phone, I'll ask you this. There's a study. Okay. There's a study right now. Women have better sex lives after getting breast implants. Do you believe that?
Yeah. I call bullshit.
I go with yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because now they got guys got something to play with.
Here's the reason. Okay? I call bullshit on that for really the main reason is, as a guy, okay, I would rather have flat than fake. Okay? That's just me. I could possibly be in the severe minority. Okay? I mean, there's guys out there that says, if your wife wants bigger tits, get a fucking second job, assholes. Go grab a cab or something, okay? Make that cash to get those titties, okay? I understand that, okay? I get guys like that. But me, I'd rather have flat than fake. Fake tits do nothing for me. If I know they're fake, Dick ain't gonna work. Dick's broken. Dick says, "No, what the fuck are you doing up there, dude? These tits are fake. Dick's not waking up. Dick goes back to sleep." Okay, that's what Dick does for me anyway. Dick may say, "Hey, tits are big. Let's work. Let's go to work." No, my Dick says no. So to each his own. But I call bullshit on that.
Well, they say that women that do get these breast enhancements, they said that their sex life is enhanced big time, and their arousal rate is even higher after they get the breast implants and everything.
You can't titty fuck a flat chick.
That's true.
Because the chick is getting all this new attention from guys. That's the reason.
Well,
the guys that she's dating are dumbasses.
All right, I read the bottom of the article here. This right here will explain it all.
Okay.
The study involved 45 women who planned on undergoing surgery, and their ages were all from the age of 36 and higher. So you figure 36 to 40 or something like that.
That's not stripper age.
No, that's fucking
stripper age.
No, that's not stripper age anymore. That's cougar age right there.
No, that's
They're
wanting to fucking what they couldn't have.
Right, exactly. So they didn't have the boobs when they were younger. So they decided, okay, I'm gonna get bigger tits now, and maybe I'll get a better sex life, at the age of 45 or 50 or something like that. And these chicks are trying to relive their childhood or something like that, or their teenage years when they were little. And now all of a sudden they were having like a midlife crisis, and they decided to go out and get new boobs or whatever the case may be. And you know what? That's the other thing too. That's the other thing too, is that there is a certain show on FM radio right now that I won't.
Is right.
That I won't. I'm not going to mention the name of the show though. But this show every year, I see it on Facebook a lot. I don't listen to it. I don't watch it. I don't even check it out anymore. But it comes on my news feed every now and again. There's this show in Cleveland that's buying chicks new boobs, and to me, that right there is a bunch of bullshit. Anyways, I mean, why would you, in the first place, go up to someone and say, I want to, we're going to give you new boobs, just to humiliate, make a mockery of you on the show? I mean, that right there, what woman in her right mind would actually go on that show to actually have them make fun of you after you get the boobs or during the whole surgery in the process and all that stuff like that? I mean, to me, it's a bunch of BS.
Well, to be honest with you, one, only a dumbass woman would do that. And two, is this show by chance a guy who's about to go to jail for setting off fireworks while drunk? Just curious. Is that the show you're talking about?
Sort of, yeah.
Because his ass is going to jail. I'm sorry. He fucked with a cop this time. Okay, he going to jail.
Well, he was saying in a video that he did or something like that. He's got all this hard evidence that he's going to prove that he was right and they're wrong and this, that, and the other. I hate to tell you, dude, but Doogie and Dumb and Dieter are going to be your new Rover's Morning Glory host and co-host.
If you're listening, dude, and I know you do every week because you hate this show with a passion, you going to jail. I just want you to know
going
that.
To jail
you're going
now.
to fucking jail. You're going to get ass raped. You're going to be the Benaki boy. I just want you to know that. But to answer your question, no. First of all, if a woman goes on to any kind of public forum and gets fake breasts, she has no respect for herself. And B, look, I understand that some chicks want fake tits. I get that.
Right.
They're flat. They don't feel comfortable. They have low self-esteem, and they get bigger tits, and they paid for it. And I understand that. But I'm here to tell women right now, look, most men, I'm talking like 90% of us, would rather have flat than fake. Only 10% of us are dumbasses who want fake. And I'm telling you that right now. You go ask any guy, they'll tell you the same thing.
I want a titty fuck. I don't want a nipple fuck.
Dom is part of that 10%.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
I'm the 10%.
Dom is at 10% of the people out there that like fake breasts.
I love titties, not man boy bags.
Right. Man boy bags. What the hell? That's messed up. But yeah, I think the only reason why a woman should really get fake boobs is if there's something medically wrong with them. You know, if they have breast cancer or something like that, and they need something.
Yeah.
Or
Agreed.
Or they got them lopped off and they need something, or whatever the case may be. I think that's the only time they should get fake.
Or they
fake
want to
boobs.
be a stripper. They need to make some cash to get through college.
Whatever. I mean, that's teacher's own, I guess. Whatever. If you want to get fake boobs because you can't make it through college because you don't have enough money or something like that, and you think boobs are going to get you there, then
it
fine.
does. Boobs will take you across the world.
Hey,
I've seen it happen.
Have you?
Yes.
Name one person that has boobs that went across the world.
Your mom.
No, she hasn't. She's not even. She hasn't even been out of Cleveland, dude.
As far as you know,
right? She hasn't.
Well,
been
you
out of
did
Cleveland.
walk in on your mom having sex.
One time, I said, I admitted that. One time, I did. I walked
That's
in.
hot.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Oh, Dom, that's weak. Every kid has walked in and seen their parents having sex.
I never have.
That's just,
I never
I
did.
You're
full of shit.
I swear to God, I wish I would have.
We've all done it.
You're full of it.
I wish I did.
You're wondering what the hell that knocking was next door to you because your room was right next to him, and all you hear is.
I thought it was that black man breaking in my house again.
No, it was your mom knocking her head against the fucking against the freaking wall. That's who it was.
Actually, no, they were in the living room on the floor.
Yeah, I was right next to him.
Yeah,
I was in the stroller.
He was in the.
I was still in the car seat in the van.
No, he was actually on the couch sleeping as they were having sex on the floor. They moved the.
Oh, not having.
They moved.
I was in the rollout.
The rollout couch. Yeah.
I was in the futon.
He was underneath.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Now having flashbacks.
I was underneath the futon when they were having it. They kept when they were slamming my mommy. It was slamming into my skull.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're sick.
Was that back in the Navy, Dom?
No, this was just a couple weeks ago.
What the hell are you doing?
I was at my mom's house and she dropped something underneath the couch.
Soap. She dropped.
It was her.
soap.
No, her ring fell off.
Yeah.
Her cock ring.
Her cock ring.
I had to help her find it. And when I was underneath there, I got stuck and I couldn't get out. I was like that.
I almost spit this fucking barrel over the fucking computer, dude.
I was like that 4-year-old who was suffocated in some titties. I was stuck in there. I couldn't breathe.
Your mother has a cock ring?
She did. That's how big her clit is.
Jesus Christ.
Her clit's so big she has a cock ring.
That's messed up, dude. That's messed up.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
It really
Dom,
is.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you fuck a bodybuilder chick?
Depends on how far into season they were.
Jesus Christ.
If there was like if
God.
they're getting ready to get up on stage, I don't know, man, 'cause that's too manly right there.
Mark, come here.
But if it was off season, when they start filling back in, then we could talk.
Come here, Mark.
I used to work at GNC for years.
Now,
and I used to work with bodybuilder chicks and all that.
I gotta ask Mark this though: what type of woman are you into? I mean, what type of woman would you want to have as like your very own type of female? Who would it be? You know, who's like, if you could think of like a movie star right now, who would it be?
Good question.
Marty Feldman.
Kelly Ripa.
Kelly Ripa? No. Who would it be? Who's one of those?
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. No. Is it a blonde? Are you into blondes, brunettes?
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels. Laverne and Shirley.
She's not an actress, but I would say Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. Okay, so she's not a real blonde. Okay, just let you know that right there. No, she's
brownhead actually.
She dyes it. So yeah, so you're into brunettes then. Okay, so we'll just go with that. All right.
Okay.
Give me like their dimensions. I mean, how much do they have to weigh? How much do they have to weigh?
I don't know. I never really put much thought into it.
Okay. They got to be around, the 120 mark, or they could be a little heavier.
I want them to be healthy, not like.
Well, I'm not saying 400. I'm not saying 400 behemoth. I'm just saying, unhealthy. I'm just saying, not where they're sticking their finger down their throat and they're throwing up.
No.
So I'm trying to like gauge like maybe like 130. Is that like maybe a good number?
Yeah.
A good number right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, let's go. What size boobs? Like maybe 30, like, are you like big ones? You like small ones? You like, I got to point to this. I'm going to the breast thing, okay?
Okay.
So, are they like 38s or what do you like?
Honestly, you're asking the wrong guy.
A, B, C, or D? What do you think?
C.
C's?
Dude,
Okay.
he's a tit.
Okay.
I look right at him. He's a tit man, dude. I can tell you right now, he's a breast man big time.
Are you a
He
breast
wants
man or
big tits, I can tell you right now.
Are you a breast man?
I would say yes.
Yeah, he's a breast man. You are exactly correct. All right, so now, being that said that you're a C and you like brunettes, you like C's and you like brunettes, would you like a woman that maybe had a C that maybe got breast implants? Do you like women with breast implants?
Again, I've never really thought about.
Never
this.
thought about it?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not being much help for you.
That was a dud. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
I told you you're asking.
Go away, Mark.
Yeah.
Go on, Mark, go away.
Okay,
You're
I'll fill
you're
in
like
for
the
him.
other Mark.
Ask me that question again.
Okay. All right, Dom.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go with you. I already are you an ass man or a tit man?
Titties.
You're a titties. All right. So, what's your ideal woman? Give me like an actress.
Oh, let's see. Shirley Temple.
No, come on, be serious.
When she was dancing.
Right.
I'm a good ship. Annie. Okay, is that better?
Okay, Annie then.
No.
And seriously,
an actress.
An actress.
Rue. Was it Rue? What was her name for the Golden Girls?
Oh, RuPaul.
Not RuPaul.
B. Arthur.
Yeah, B. Arthur. Maud. And then there's Maud.
All right, so
Maud was hot, man.
All right, so you like Maud.
She was a hot man.
All right, so she was about 6'7", something
About
like that.
280.
Yeah, about 280.
Yeah.
So that's your ideal type of woman,
That's
right?
fucking hot.
And back in the day, if I remember, she was a brunette as well.
Yeah, she still is.
Okay, well, not anymore. She's in the ground, dude.
Yeah, but
She's
her
dead.
hair ain't gonna change colors.
It was gray on the fucking Golden Girls, dude.
She dyed it.
No, she didn't.
Her hair.
She dyed it before she died.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
She always did. She always had really dark
She
hair.
always dyed her hair before she died?
You know who else had dark hair? They still alive?
Who?
That's old Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son.
Oh, God.
She still has dark hair.
She had blue hair on that show.
She may have, but she's still holding
Her
up.
hair was blue.
Did you know that she was a stripper?
She like Marge from
right,
The Simpsons.
Right before she got in Sanford and Son, she was a stripper?
No.
She was.
No.
I swear to God. I'll look it up.
She was an actual stripper.
Actual stripper.
No.
I'll look it up. It's true.
So back in the day, like in the early 60s, I'm jumping off topic here. I had a point to all this though. But in the early 60s, there was she was into stripping.
Yes, I'm about to. Yeah, she was a stripper. Feast of Fun. Here we go. I'm gonna give you
Feast of Fun.
That's
That's
right.
a website for you. I wonder if that's got viruses on it, but okay. You're probably gonna get chlamydia or VD from that website, but okay.
I'm looking. Let's see any pictures of her yet, but I'm getting there.
All right. Well, while you're looking though, all right, let's get back.
I found one. Here we go.
All right. Is that her actually? That's not her. That's not her.
I'll tell you one thing though. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. You know me, Miley Cyrus. But here's why.
You like Miley Cyrus?
She's fucking crazy. Okay, and I'm not saying her particularly, but her chest is just enough. I mean, more than a handful is too much. I mean, I'm telling you right now. I mean, more than a handful is great. But, I mean, her, if you didn't look at that Wrecking Ball video, I mean, you can just basically get behind her, cuff them, and like, gee, that's enough. You're good. I mean, Miley Cyrus, crazy as a fucking bedbug. But what I'm saying is, her tits are the perfect fucking size. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, Dom is 100% correct about Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son. She did do some sort of burlesque.
Lawanda, that's her name.
Yeah, burlesque type of stuff. And yeah, it's totally nude. I see boobies. Yep. I definitely do.
Thank you. And I'm about to rub another one out right now to her.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Aunt Esther, she was fucking hot.
Oh, my God.
Damn, she was hot for having a 3-inch penis.
All right. Bunny, you have any last words before I let you go?
I'm not crazy.
Okay, cool. So that's your last words for the night?
That's my last words.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Bunny.
Anytime.
All right, buddy. Thanks. There you go. There's Basher Bunny.
She was also known as the Bronze Goddess of Fire.
Really?
That's her staging.
Wow. That's crazy.
You gotta get her on the show.
She's dead.
Yeah, she did die.
She's dead, dude.
I didn't know she died in 2002.
What, you do, dig her up or something?
I just saw her on a movie a couple days ago.
All right, last story. We're gonna get
an old movie.
It's 11 o'clock. I said I didn't want to go to 11, but I guess I did. All right, so here's the thing. Last story here. There was a gentleman in Connecticut that was running from the cops. He did something, and it didn't really say in the article what he was doing, but it all stemmed from something he did. And what happened, as he was running, he had a parrot on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he was watching this parrot.
Yeah.
The cops spotted the guy. I guess he was wanted for something, and they started
shot the bird.
Nope, they were chasing him down the street. He takes the parrot. The suspect takes the parrot in his hands and throws it at the cop.
The bird flies.
Nope, the bird attacks the cop in the face.
That's hot.
And starts plucking at him, and the cop had to shoo the bird away. The kid was eventually caught. The bird was okay. It was up in a tree. Later, was rescued later and went to one of those bird sanctuaries or whatever. But it was kind of funny just to to hear that there was a kid that used a bird to get away from cops and threw it at the cops, and it started pecking at the cop's face.
You tell me you've never done that before.
No, I've never done that.
Did I ever tell you about the time when I went to one of these schools down the street here to start?
Oh, there was a fight.
Fights?
It was a fight actually. That's why the cop was there. Well, go ahead.
Did I ever tell you about one of the security guards at the school at Wilson down the street over here?
No.
He was in a wheelchair, and what he would do is he would chase the kids down the halls that were bad in his wheelchair. So people, they got revenge with him. They started throwing books at him.
Oh, Jesus.
And one guy stuck a pole in his wheel, and he flipped over.
That's wrong.
They dragged him down the hallway.
That's wrong, dude. They need Tim Misney for that one. They need Tim Misney for that one. I'll make him pay. That's awesome. All right, I want to thank our guest, Tim Misney, for coming on the show, and I want to thank our other guest from Global Warning.
Yes.
For
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. That's weird.
Julia S. Robert.
Yeah, not the Julia Roberts in the movie, what is that, Fried Green Tomatoes? Not that one, from Global Warning. Okay, we want to thank her for coming on the show. Also, next week we got a couple guests on. I'm working on some. I know Dom is working on a few. We'll have somebody on the show.
I was going to get Julia in last week, but she called in.
Well, that's cool. That'll work. Well, that'll work. We had the interview with her. I think that's fine, right?
Yeah.
We'll work on something. I did get my Rolodex back. I found it.
Did you?
Yeah. So we're going
Who stole it?
I don't know what happened to it.
An intern?
I don't know. But we got it all worked out. We're going to start calling.
Was he white?
No.
He wasn't white?
No. He wasn't black either.
Is he Mexican?
He wasn't Mexican either.
Puerto Rican?
No, he wasn't Puerto Rican.
Indian?
I don't know what he was, though. I can't really. It wasn't.
So somebody did steal it.
It did. I had to get it back,
and
though.
they just gave. Did you put a posting like, you leave it here
No,
on my desk?
no.
No questions will be asked.
No, it wasn't that.
No charge. I will not fire you.
No. Well, he left anyways.
Because you have some really, really important numbers in your Rolodex.
Oh, yeah. Very important.
That's like if I lose my phone, I'm shit out of luck. I got to put a lock on mine.
That's why I decided
I got like 5,000 numbers on here. That's from day one, doing all the shows.
Dude, that's just a handful. I still have like 10 more 100 stack of Rolodexes that I have to go through to put them all in there. But yeah, we're gonna have a good show next week. We're gonna have some people on. Last week I couldn't make it in. There were some prior commitments. Plus Dom had some car problems, so we just called the show or whatever. Also, if you missed the Birthday Bash show, it's up on our YouTube channel. Check it out. If you want to see a fucking debacle that happened at the Birthday Bash. That damn sound guy was an ass, man. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna come out and say it though. Kind of ruined the whole entire thing though. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Tim Misney was great. Our guest from Global Warning, Julia Roberts, S. Roberts, was on the show. So next week we should have some pretty good guests on. So
you can check them out on Facebook.com/Global Warming. Warning.
Warning, not
Yes.
warming.
Yeah, 'cause my lips like to stick together.
Right, exactly. And they're also doing a show at Tequila Jack's on October 26th with Morality Check, so you can check the show out there. I think that's going to do it for us, Dom. I think we're good, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to get the hell out of here. Look, I said I didn't want to go all the way till 11. We went to 11:05. It's fucked up, ain't it?
Yeah.
We always do. All right, we'll talk to you again next week, guys. Peace, we're out.
You just got to know when it's time to quit.
Fuck that noise. We're not quitting. I think you can do better, Ted.
I beg your pardon?
I don't see anybody headed for the door. Listen to me. It's just like trying to fuck a Catholic girl who keeps saying, no, I don't want to. I'm really, really drunk and you're circumcised. But she keeps on making out with you. She's not leaving your Fiero. It means she really wants to. She just needs a little bit of a nudge, all right? A little bit of a coax, a little bit of a tickle, just to rationalize it to herself, to her God. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus H. Christ!
Did you miss any of the show?
You keep hiding from shit in the world, and eventually the world comes to your front door. Nice. That's very nice. I heard an episode of Touched by an Angel.
Then check out our website at morningshowcentral.com and visit the archives for this and other past shows. Also, check out the games, photo galleries, chat rooms, and more.
I heard that doing LSD can awaken your demons.
I ain't got no demons gonna get woke.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not controlled by the FCC, our wives, girlfriends, gay lovers, or favorite barnyard animals. And if you have any complaints, call someone who cares. Be sure to tune in next week for another sick and twisted edition of Uncensored Net Noise.
Tell him to kiss my microphone.
If you have any questions, comments, bitches, complaints, or great stories about barnyard fetishes, shoot us an email at show@morningshowcentral.com. Still can't get enough of Uncensored Net Noise? Then check them out at their website at uncensorednetnoise.com. Or if you want to go the Facebook route, facebook.com/uncensorednetnoise. For all the sick videos, youtube.com/uncensorednetnoise. And be sure to check out the live show next Friday night, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on on morningshowcentral.com.
Your ad said you do wet work.
That's correct. I urinate on other men for money. From Chris and the rest of the gang here at Uncensored Net Noise, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.